So since the last video, we have had 2 weeks of what I would call not just focused training, but focus, because not only have we been doing our training diligently, been working towards the Chicago Marathon, but we've really invested some of our time and resources into getting ourselves tested, putting ourselves through procedures that might give us some indications of why we found it hard to get through the Boston training block, but also so that we could comfortably stay consistent in this training for Chicago. That was a really big area of focus for me particularly. But more to come about that in a little while. First of all, let's go back to basics. How's the training been going?
Okay, so where were we? We were in recovery week and we finished that off in the UK. So our last run on the Sunday was in much cooler conditions, 10k, shaking out the legs after a long flight. It was good.
We have 14 weeks left to go until Chicago. So you could call it a little bit of a gamble, because usually we give ourselves 18 weeks. But this block has just been trying to get our legs into the shape where we can absorb a bit more volume. I think Mary's in a better place than me. I'm still getting quite a lot of pain in my Achilles, but I have some plans for that over the next couple of days. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling a lot better. I've just focused on the easy running and I feel like I'm in a better place fitness-wise and ready to build.
Oh, and it's worth mentioning that before we came to the UK, we went for some isokinetic testing in Bangkok. If you don't know what that is, it's basically testing to find out if you've got any imbalances in strength or power in muscle groups. So for us, we were looking at quadricep and hamstring strength, and we found that we both have a weakness in our hamstrings and the balance is not as it should be between the quadriceps, which are quite strong, and the hamstrings where there's a lack of strength. So that could be causing issues and some of the injuries and aches that we've had. So something to work on there, something to build into our strength and conditioning going forwards.
So on Monday, I did something separately to Mary. I actually went to a physiotherapist that was recommended to me by Philly Bowden, so thanks Philly. Went to see Hannah in Wilmslow because I'm just trying to pick apart why I am way more in pain than I feel like I should be at the age that I am. And again, it was very interesting after the isokinetic testing to have some of the theories from the ISO testing backed up by Hannah. So a lot of instability on my right side, a lot of weakness in my hamstring, a lot of exercises to now do and engage in, so I can kind of see all the puzzle pieces coming together. And I think that's the main thing for me, is that I feel purposeful working towards fixing myself. Really do feel like I'm making some progress thanks to the testing, thanks to Hannah. And then
we're heading to do our first lactate threshold session of the whole training block, so we're going to take you with us on this one. So we're aiming to run 1600 meter repeats at lactate threshold, and we've got the perfect place to do it. And when I say perfect, I just mean it's a 1600 meter loop, definitely not perfect in weather. And the irony is not lost on me that we decided to do a whole training series on refinding the joy.
We just got splashed by a driver who drove through a massive puddle that did the comedy.
Yeah, we just got nailed. Okay, here's the play. 6 slots of 1600 meters at threshold pace. So for me, when we talk about threshold pace, it's between kind of 10k and half marathon pace. So my threshold pace is about 340, 345, should be a heart rate of low to middle zone 4. So what's your pace that you would be aiming for?
For me, around 410 to 415.
Okay, so perfect. So that's what we're aiming for. And perfectly, this mere, so it's a mere, you run all the way around. You might have seen us do it in park runs before. This mere is about 1600 meters round, which is why we picked 1600 meter repeats. So it's just that perfect length of time to get into your threshold, let the heart rate get up to that threshold, and then maintain it for a little while and work at threshold. The idea being, when we get to Chicago, it's going to feel a lot easier traveling at faster paces because our body's getting better at flushing out the lactate at higher intensity. That's the idea. This is the first session of all of them within the training block, so it's probably not going to be pretty.
We'll see.
We're going to get it done. Right, enjoy.
You too.
Okay, let's go. And then lap it. 3:36, first kilometre. maybe a bit fast, but it's around that. I'm around threshold now, 179. How'd that feel?
Hard.
Yeah, hard. I don't know what the times are, I'll put them on the screen. Right, off again.
Okay, off for rep 2 after a 2-minute rest.
There's only 2 in. That is hard. Find myself tailing off during the 600 after the kilometre. I can hold a kilometre about 3:35 that time, and then feels like it tails off. After this one though, I'm halfway. Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
See you later.
The second one was hard. I need to tone it down a bit to get through 6 of these.
Pace is coming down a bit because I'm trying to stabilise the heart rate at mid-zone 4, and in order to do that I've got to compromise on the pace a little bit, and that's okay because this is the first threshold session of many. Just about to finish, 3rd rep.
Classic error. Went way too hard in the first heat. Hanging on. Four reps done. Definitely overcooked the first few. So my heart rate's really high. I've slowed my pace a bit now. So I want to really get the session done. Cool, I have not done this in a while and it shows.
Okay, number 5. Nearly there. Ready? Come on, Benny.
Rep 5. Let's go.
One more. 6 reps. Let's go. Okay. Just hold that heart rate.
1 rep left. I have not got much left in the tank, so it'll just be getting it done, but 1 to go, nearly there.
That was hard. Done though, and I'm pretty certain I ran fairly evenly for all of the 6 reps. That's what I think. I don't know until I go and look, but yeah, I mean, I'm at nearly 13 kilometers now. Mary should just be finishing any minute, and then it's an easy jog home, but it's a benchmark. That's how we're looking at these 1600s. So this is the benchmark. What will I be able to hold for 1600 meters at the right heart rate in 6, 7, 8 weeks? Get to the bed. How was that?
Really hard. Really hard work.
Done, nearly 15k. Whew. We can do something that we can't get to do in Thailand that Mary just reminded me.
Yeah.
What's happening?
We're gonna have a bath.
Bath
Or
time.
a bath.
Bath.
And then we had, no wait, I can't just get into this. Welcome to Car Chat! It's back and we've gone double retro caramel shortbread because we're back in the UK. So we have actually gone to Costa Coffee, managed to get caramel shortbread. You can witness the first bite. Ready? Let's talk 3D run analysis. So on Tuesday, we went to Complete Podiatry in Stockport. We're actually going to make a bit more of a detailed video about this, but we had a 3D run analysis for the first time to have a look at just how awful our gait is, like how we run. The reason that we did this, and it's hopefully becoming apparent generally in the theme of the video, is that we're looking for ways to make our training more consistent within this block and to make ourselves comfortable. And we both kind of ended the Boston block with some aches and pains. Now, it was really enlightening. The really short results for me, until we've had the more detailed results, is I've got one leg longer than the other, so I've had to have like quite expensive orthotics made for me, and there is much more rotation in my right hip than my left, so we're going to have some exercises recommended to us. What was the outcome for you?
Yeah, for me, my legs are even. Basically, my area of weakness is my hips.
Hips don't lie, Mary.
The hips don't lie, so they're inflexible and not strong enough because they're not giving me enough movement, and I'm leaning back a little bit.
So we're solving the puzzle, basically.
Yeah.
We're trying to take all the pieces and put this puzzle together. And this was a really informative kind of process that we've been through, and something that we can build on once we get the recommendations of the exercises that we need to do. So thanks, Louise at Complete Podiatry in Stockport. Been very handy.
Yeah, loved it.
So Mary and I actually had really different easy runs. I had to run on Wednesday instead of Thursday. Usually it would be Tuesday, Thursday, but I had to run Wednesday because I was driving down south on Thursday to see my family. It was one of the best runs I've had for like a year. And you know those runs where it is an easy run, it was an aerobic base run, but I was just running feeling like someone had turned it on, or someone had kind of taken the lead off me, or whatever. I don't know, it's really hard to explain, but you know those runs where it just clicks, and that's exactly what I had. Mary, not quite the same experience.
It's raining, I've got no choice, I've got to run. It's my easy run, recovery run, Thursday, 10 to 12k, in the rain, in the cold, but that hopefully will make it easier, so. Gorgeous out here, absolutely gorgeous.
And then park run on the Saturday, so we decided that Mary was going to go for it and I wasn't, so that I could make a video. So sorry about that, Mary, but it'll be a good video. And then Sunday we did our long run, so we're back to half marathons, and because it's a lovely environment to run in, we picked a route and really enjoyed that run.
This is a slightly different Sunday long run for you. Running alongside a canal path in Cheshire rather than the boiling hot 5k loop in Thailand. Slightly different, a bit refreshing, but you know, I do like being warm. What are we doing today?
We're doing 21.1 half marathon distance, easy long run. That's about it.
Hello. It's a pretty cool run, and it's pretty limitless in terms of the distance you can run, but as Mary said, half marathon today at a really cruisy, easy pace. We're going at about 5.5 minute kilometres, just getting those miles back in the legs, just nice and gradually. We're about 14 kilometres into our run now, and as we said in the last episode, one of the big key focuses for us in this training block is getting our nutrition right or better, and experimenting with new things. So we have just tried a Morton gel for the first time ever, and I've got to say, we both kind of liked it. It's very weird. It's flavourless, completely flavourless, and it's like eating, if you're British, jelly, but if you're American, Jello. So the consistency is a bit thicker, but in a weird way, we both kind of liked it. So, and I can definitely feel the hit now. We took it maybe 10 minutes ago and I felt it within 5 minutes, so that's encouraging. It's making this run feel pretty decent.
Yeah, well, when in England, right, you got to go for a whippy with flake. Dream world.